Hey, listen, before you fix someone else or correct someone else, focus on fixing you. Focus on correcting you. You know what's so funny nowadays? I see so many people online, YouTube particularly. Everybody got so much advice to give. Everybody got so much wisdom to pour onto someone else who's willing to listen. Yo, let me tell you something. Be careful who you listen to, bro. A lot of people out here are being monetized by telling you what they want you to hear. How about that one? Huh? Not what you want to hear, but what they want you to hear. I'm not here for none of that. I don't care about being monetized, bro. I don't make money off YouTube. I make money in the real world, in a real way. I just come on here as an outlet to speak my mind and maybe, if possible, resonate with people who might see things that I see. Or if anything, worst case scenario, I could provide a alternate perspective to someone who might be living in a bubble. Because we live in a day and age where we got the internet. Nowadays, a lot of people got a lot of things to say, but don't nobody got nothing to talk about. Huh? Everybody got something to say. Nobody got nothing worth listening to. Huh? Especially when we talking about self-development, introspection, growth, spirituality, things that's going to have you look at the proverbial mirror of your life and say, well, damn, what could I do better? How can I be better? You know? So I say that to say this. What I find interesting is that there's a lot of male content creators talking about how women need to be better and how women need to fix this and women need to fix that. Yo, some of these dudes well into their 40s. Yo, you got gray hairs on your beard and all that, bro. Stop playing. Huh? And you stepping on camera dressed like you used to dress in high school. Bro, that's crazy work. The reason why Kevin Samuels' message was so impactful and left such a long-lasting mark, part of it was the fact that he was saying some real shit. And secondly, it was how he looked. It came from a dude in a suit and tie. Well-groomed. He wasn't faking it. You could tell he was one of them type of dudes. Well-groomed, suit and tie, high earning, getting paper. And he coming off of his high horse and saying, hey, if y'all really want to know what's up over here, let me share with you some of the conversations we having in this space. Like, he gave us a sneak peek as to what is going on in these sectors where people are at a completely different socioeconomic level than the rest of us. That's why his message lasted the test of time, and it's only getting, it's like his message is ultimately aging like fine wine. May his soul rest in peace. You could agree, you could disagree with some of the things he said. Okay, cool. Listen, bro, no person is a monolith. Everything that a person is going to say isn't going to completely resonate. But they may, in a 10-minute discussion, there may be some points you could pick out and be like, you know what, I disagree with this, I agree with that. We need more room today for differences in opinion. We need a little bit more room and a little bit more compassion for differences of opinion. Forget about canceling people because they see things differently. We need to create a little bit more room for difference of opinion, and his platform, Kevin Samuels, was good for that because he was looking for people who disagreed with him because it moved the conversation further. Why? Because when you get people who have two opposing sides, who stand on two different opposing sides to the same, in regards to the same subject, it challenges each side to state their point more effectively. And as the rest of us, as onlookers, viewers, just listening, we have more information to pull from to draw our own personal conclusion as to like, hey, this person may have had an opinion, but you know what? That person might have had a point too. That's where they get the idea of nowadays, you hear the saying, nowadays all of a sudden just popping up, two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, where do you think that comes from? That comes from the idea of two opposing sides stating their point. Not two sides that agree with each other stating their point. No. Two opposing sides stating their point. So, with that being said now, right? What I find an issue is that we got too many people online talking about what the next person needs to do, and nobody's fixing themselves, bro. You got grown ass men online talking about how women need to stop being immature, and these dudes are out here dressed as teenagers. Bro, if you're 40, if you're 35 and up, and you still dress the same way you did in high school, bro, it's time to step it up. Bro, if you have a sneaker collection at 40, it's time to change things up, bro. In the Bible, it talked about how when we become adults, we're supposed to put away childish things over time. Bro, I've seen 40-plus-year-old men talk about how they got a sneaker collection. Bro, if you got a sneaker collection and you're 21, that's understandable. You don't have too much ambition. Why? Because you don't have too much life exposure or lived experience. But bro, you're 40 plus and you're talking about a sneaker collection. I'm looking at you like, dude, what is wrong with you? Why don't you wear dress shoes? Why don't you put on a suit? Why don't you dress your age? It don't mean you gotta dress boring. Hello? Why don't, instead of putting hard bottom shoes, if you still wanna put on some Maury's? Huh? They still in, put on some Maury's and they cost. Huh? Put the Jordans down, put the LeBrons down. Yo, what's wrong with, put the fitted caps away, bro. Why you think women are talking about hat fishing? You niggas be missing a whole sunroof, the middle gone, son, sunroof. It be a sunroof, you heard? And the chicks don't be knowing until it's like y'all meet in person and it's about ready to go down, and then you take off your hat and it's like, whoa. That's where the idea of hat fishing come from. Men ain't talking about men in that way, bro. Women talking about us in that way, bro. Huh? We out here trying to bag younger chicks. Bro, you 40 plus, what are you doing trying to bag a 21-year-old, bro? You look crazy, son. Y'all not even in the same season of life no more. She looking at you as a lick, and you looking at her as a lick in two different ways. She looking at you for a come up because in her mind, she thinks you got it together financially, and some of y'all really don't. For real. Be 40 and you a bum still. See, when you 20 and you a bum, it's understood because, well, he still got time to develop. Nobody really got it like that when they're in their 20s. Now, unless you lucky enough to get into the entertainment business, and that's the only space where you see people in their 20s getting paper. The rest of the world, we get paper as we get older. You heard? Or you could go there, or you could deal with the older cat who hopefully got his paper right because he done locked in, he done became more mature, he done got less swayed due to the excess of vagina. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to have better control over our lower desires as we mature, bro. But what happens is that we grown men dressing like our grandkids. We grown women dressing like our grandkids. This is crazy. Whatever happened to the older, mature, attractive, confident, secure in themselves person? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to the older chick? She got a body, she mature, but she ain't gotta show it like that. She knows she's shit. She been there, done that. She like, this ain't nothing new. Let me cover up a little something. Let me put on a dress, but do it with style. I ain't gotta show too much body, yaddy. Yeah? Cause I know I got it. Whatever happened to the older dude that know he got his bread right? He ain't gotta look around for an easy target. He could just live his life, enjoy his life, and look for people that are on the same wavelength as him. What happened to that? What happened to maturity? Whatever happened to the person that's not trying to live their life, trying to prove themselves worthy to the next person? Because ultimately, that's what maturity does. It puts us in a space where we like, man, I don't care what other people think. I'm doing me. If you don't like it, that's fine. Go do you. Straight up. I'm doing me. I'm living my life. If that's not sufficient for you, the door's that way. Let's be for real. We got too many people trying to tell the next person how to live their life, and they ain't got their stuff in order, bro. You ain't got your shit together, and you worried about the next person getting their shit together. Focus on you. There's a reason why this self-development, self-introspective content, it don't get a lot of views, bro. It don't get as much traction. It's because it's easier to look at the next person and deflect than it is to look at the proverbial mirror of your life and say, damn, you know what? I got some shit to work on, man. I got some things I need to do. I need to be better. That's hard to do, and I understand, because society is not built intentionally, but it's not built in a way for us to look at our lives and say, dang, you know what? Let me step out of survival mode and do better. But we all have the ability to do better. I believe in you. I believe in me. I believe in humanity. I believe in God. One love, y'all.